Hello, people that in that house. I don't know. Hope you all doing well. So I just want to talk about it because this is something that is very present and really is something in my mind, a foot of my mind. It's to do with really sex education within school and transgender education, whatever you want to put it. And put it simply, it's better they learn it in school, but at the same time, I'm very cautious because it's better than somebody teaching them in the back of a shed. I'm sure people get what I'm saying, but it's not. I don't think it's okay for people in say first class to be learning about masturbation, things like that. Like I don't know what kind of lunatic they have trying to manipulate, trying to brainwash kids. Um, and teach them about transgender things like that. People with dyslexia and autism. I'm saying this straight. We get it hard to understand basic things like maths, English. It took me forever to learn bits and bobs how to spell, for example, how to speak properly. When I was in first class, I nearly couldn't speak properly. My sentences were half broken, and because I wasn't used to talking to people and I wasn't used to I was very very badly. At least now I'm a bit up to date, I suppose, able to talk, able to say things. But people with dyslexia, people with special needs, that's just putting more pressure on them. That's putting more pressure teaching them about transgender and teaching them about this. And I understand, people saying, they have to learn about the way of society nowadays. That's okay, for secondary school, there's always secondary school. It's better, the parents can decide whether what they say it. It's up to the parents, in other words. It shouldn't be the state. The state shouldn't be saying, they have to learn this right now, here, right now. I do understand, and I do understand people's opinion. Like down the national school here, when they were talking about sex education in school, to teach children about different things. The way we kind of done, and the way the majority of the people wanted it, it's just that they learn a bit in sixth class, and this is the way I kind of, the way I was. This is what I was saying. They learn a bit in sixth class, and they're going to go into secondary school, and they learn a small bit about the reproduction system, things like that. Um, they learn that small bit. They don't be put. They're not absolutely throwing bits about transgender, about this, that, and they learn a small bit, and that's a small bit an hour or two. That's decent for national school, and then when they go to secondary school, not straight away as they go into first year, because first year is stressful. You're trying to get to know the school, you're trying to get to know people. It's stressful, and pushing that in them, because this is what the state's trying to do. They're trying to push people into learning about things straight away. And it's up to the parents, and as we're saying, it's up to the parents to decide yes or no. And they were saying this should be compulsory. This is the way the state's taken, and there's better things to be doing than wasting resources on this. Um, small bit of education. Obviously, it's better than as I keep saying. I agree with. So like there's people who are saying to me, it's better they learn it now than learn at the back of a shed, and I understand that. I agree with that. But at the same time, you have to try and keep their innocence as for as long as you possible. As much as possible, because school really is not really a place to be learning about that. Maybe in secondary school you can learn a bit, obviously, but national school especially, because this is the kind of ethics the government are up to in this country. And no, I'm not saying you shouldn't be learning. It should be learning in secondary school, but national school should be completely left out of it. It's less for the last year you're learning a small bit about it. But it's just putting pressure on them. Like the way, like I'm looking at the government and you're more or less saying, like just what. Like they're just trying to force this sex education act on national schools, and if you ask me, it's, I'm not even going to say the word, um, but yeah, I'm sure people can agree what I'm going to say, but it's very weird. Let's put it that way. Um, there's no need. There's no need. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. It's a Scott more, and bye.